Oh, hey, Johnny, this is Debbie. I'm leaving you a message. You are down for the count right now, bud, and I don't want you to wake up confused because you get real cranky when you don't know what's going on. So leaving you a voicemail just to check in about what happened today. So picture it. It's me. It's Cecilia. We're watching Designing Women as we are wont to do, and we get your message that, you're in the brink. And so I look over at my little lamb chop and I say, honey, bring the wagon around. Johnny's in trouble. And she's up like a flash. She's moving. She's grooving. She's saying to me, not a problem, babe. I know a whole bunch of attorneys. Can I just tell you, the way that woman is resourceful, it just makes my heart sing. And it's singing, bud. So I look in her perfect brown eyes and I go, Cecilia, call up the lawyers. I think we're going to need about a baker's dozen. And that's when it comes to me. Because of course you get a lawyer, but what do we not have? We don't have money, okay? We don't have a whole lot of cash, mostly because you haven't paid me. And we do need to circle back to that. But I understand you're unconscious now, so put a pin in it. But anyway, all of a sudden I go, well, wait a tick there, hun, because we're going to need some dollars. And I know just the spot because, funnily enough, in all of the not very much training we've done, you did prepare me for this exact situation. I remember it so clearly. We were sitting on the porch and you said, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. To be clear, you said that. You didn't wink, you didn't nudge. I don't think you can wink. To be totally honest, that's okay. Not everyone can do it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then you started tapping the sides of your nose. I'm not a mind reader. And so I said, I don't know what that means. And you said, when I say wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that means that there's always cash in the cookie jar. So I'm relaying this to my perfect little baby girl. And she goes, well, get on over to the ceramic and let's see what we're working with. And we bust into that. We didn't actually bust in. That would be totally unnecessary. It has a lid, but we get in there. A whole lot of interesting foreign tender. We're going to come back to that too. But once I dug through all of that, there was, in fact, a pretty substantial wad of cash. So we scoop it up. We jump in the rig. We're driving down. We bail you out. We get the attorneys going. You might be asking yourself, why am I so tired now that I'm free? And that's because most people, when they're getting freed from lockup, they go willingly. They want to leave. You'd really bonded with those fellas. And so you did start resisting release. Most people resist arrest. You flip it, reverse it. Always been a maverick, I suppose. You really didn't want to come. So I had to physically knock you out. Sorry about that. I am a judo master. We did go over that in the interview. A little hoo-ha, and then there you were. And they dragged your body out. Turns out the EP, though, that you made with those fellas, pretty good. And in a twist of fate that our attorney team says actually could help us a lot. If you remember Brendan, who was in there with you, he was really feeling the music. He was feeling the beat. And he was accidentally feeling like giving a confession on the track. So inadvertently, you've helped crack a really tricky case. And I do think that's going to help us when it comes to the plumage situation. I just want to say in my defense, I didn't know you couldn't have that many birds. And that is mostly because you said, Debbie, don't worry, you can definitely have this many birds. We'll go over that later. Maybe Wednesday, but it can't be Thursday. I'm going to need the backyard Thursday. We're doing a wedding. And if you could clean up the feathers, that feels like a fair trade. Long story long. When you wake up, ring the bell that we set out for you, and we'll just sort of get a handle on this. One piece of constructive criticism, just for the future. If you could, maybe take some of that insane amount of cash that you have in the cookie jar and maybe sort of toss a couple dollars my way. Cecilia's telling me I need to sort of pick my battles. And so here we go. Maybe when you're not unconscious, we pay Debbie. Let's think about it. Okay, bud, wake up soon.
Oh, hey, Debbie. It's Johnny. I was not able to listen to your voice memo because I inadvertently erased it this morning. Let me tell you what happened. I woke up with a whopper of a bopper. That's what we used to call headaches in the 70s. And I was like, I got to get some ibuprofen. So I got up out of bed and I was walking to the kitchen, but I tripped over this sizable bell at the foot of the bed. And I was like, wait, when did I buy a bell? I don't remember buying such a large, dense bell, but I must have. I don't know. Anyways, I went to the kitchen and then I got some ibuprofen and I sat down at the kitchen table. And as I was taking my ibuprofen and drinking my cucumber water, I remembered that I had a very, very intense dream last night. And in the dream, you were there and Cecilia was there and exactly 13 lawyers were there. And I was playing guitar and writing and recording songs with a couple of strangers in a studio I don't remember being in before. And there were bars on the windows of the studio. And as we were playing the song, there was someone telling me that it was time to go, which was a very weird thing to have in a dream, right? Like, I'm doing something that I like. I'm in a studio and I'm playing music, and then someone's saying it's time to go, and then the next thing I know, I just black out in the dream, and I think that's when I woke up. So then I finished my cucumber water, put the glass in the sink, put the ibuprofen away, and then I walked back to bed, kind of trying to avoid the giant bell at the foot of the bed. And then I got back into bed, laid down on my back, and then I looked up and there was a note on the ceiling. And I was like, why is there a note on the ceiling and what does the note say? So I get up, I stand up on the mattress, I take the note off of the ceiling, I sit back down on the bed, and the note says, Debbie Money. And I think, wait a second. Now, Debbie's last name isn't Money, or is it? But why would I just write your full name on a note to myself? So then I was like, oh, that's right. I have to pay Debbie. So Debbie, I'm assuming you're in the main house at this point. Go into the walk-in pantry in the kitchen. And then on the series of shelves that are to the right side of the pantry, at the very top shelf, you will see a shoebox. And on the shoebox are the letters D-N-M. And what that stands for is definitely not money. The reason I wrote D-N-M on the shoebox is because it is in fact filled with money. And just on the off chance that someone broke in to the main house and was looking for cash, I figured they would see that box and go, oh, D&M, nothing good in there, and just bypass it. But anyways, what's in that box marked D&M is your entire yearly salary in $100 bills. I apologize for the fact that it's all $100 bills. I know that you're a big fan of Gil's taco truck on the corner out there, and I know that Gil doesn't take anything higher than a 20. So if you want to go to Gil's taco truck, take one of the hundreds out, come to the carriage house, I'll give you 5 20s, and then you can go get as many tacos and burritos as you and Cecilia want. Oh, and I just wanted to say the reason that your entire yearly salary is in that shoebox is because, I want to say about halfway through our interview, I was like, oh, I want Debbie on board for this whole adventure. My goodness, I would be a fool not to hire this woman. So if I seemed a little kind of distant and distracted after the halfway point of our interview, that's why. I was just like, oh, this is done. This is a done deal. Anyways, that's where the money is. Hope things are well. I'll talk to you soon. I'm forgetting something, and what is it? Oh, what time is the ceremony on Thursday?